I wasn't going to let someone else's opinion or thinking that I was some aftermath wife or I was diminished or dimmed in any way, shape, or form. Assalamu alaikum, peace. It's Fatimah, Coach Fatimah, 1/3 of Outstanding Personal Relationships and co-author of the book, Let's Talk Polygyny Uncensored. Now, for those of you that are new, I am the initial wife to Coach Nazir, but not 2 for 1. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to, say that for clarity. Shout out to him and my awesome co-wife, Coach Nyla. Now, for this video, I like to talk about some really pressing issues when I do my videos. We all do, the whole OPR team. We talk about either things we've experienced or we've coached people through and saw them come out on the other side, or some vicious comments that were made to us. Honey, I stay ready for it. Now, we all do. This particular subject matter of this video is the rebound wife. Now, this has, and what is that? Because you're going to like, what does that mean? The rebound wife. It's something that some say happens when your husband marries again. You, as an initial wife, become his rebound. Now, that doesn't mean he gets divorced. That doesn't, in some cases, but in this specific case, when someone had asked me, where was my place now? Honey, my place is where it's always been, and I'm not going to act like it's not, was my response. Because what they were trying to do is throw this shade, like because he got married again, I somehow became the second best. That's not possible. And I love that because it allowed me to give them some much needed advice on their perspective of who they thought I was, and especially who they thought he was. It was not an easy time in my life, but I tell you one thing, what I was not going to entertain was anyone telling me who he was or who I was supposed to be in his life. Now, what I get from the horse's mouth, and what the horse don't say, I ask. So I had my hard conversation with Coach Nazir about our intentions, both of us, because honey, you could be a wife and have some really vicious intentions on destroying the marriage because you don't want to be in it anymore. And I get it. But that wasn't where I was. That's not where I am, because I don't stay in places that are not fruitful for me. And I don't tell any husband or wife to do the same, but I also don't jump over the fact that there needs to be work attached to, you got to have, if you want to harvest, you got to plant the seed, right? So I wasn't in the business of trying to destroy a place that has been safe for me over the past 20 some plus years. So with that, I wasn't going to let somebody else come into my situation and tell me what it was going to be or what their perception of it was, because their perception of my situation didn't matter to me. What mattered to me was the health and mental, especially the mental health and well-being of the participants in my marriage. So to be treated as a rebound or to be treated as though I was second best was not something easy, but it was pretty easy for me to gather them up and get them together and redirect that negative energy. Honey, if you want to be better, you won't have my company. Assalamu alaikum, peace. I'm Coach Fatimah, one of the co-founders of Outstanding Personal Relationships. And I'm here to talk to you about the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program. What I do is help women from all walks of life obtain information in the areas of relationship wellness, emotional resilience, self-confidence, and inner discovery for best results for their future success. Growth is about implementation for best practices, for best results for your future. So the Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program is here for you to help you kind of weed through some of those negative thoughts of self-limiting beliefs so that you can move forward and attain your goals so that you live a truly fulfilling life. So if you want to join me for my Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling Program, be sure that you visit me at CoachFatimah.com for details and start your Nourishing Fulfillment Counseling session today. I'll see you and I look forward to working with you. Assalamu alaikum. Peace. And especially if you want to be bitter about a marriage that doesn't have anything to do with you. So the marriage had nothing to do with them and they wanted to insert themselves in it and insert themselves and what they thought of me in that. And it's violent to ask somebody, you know, where's your place now? Or, you know, don't you kind of feel like a rebound after he got married? I'm like, what kind of, I almost said something, y'all, I'm gonna try to keep it clean, but what kind of ego must you have to make such a, just a terrible assumption upon someone else and then put that violence into my life? So, you know, if they threw the ball in my court, I threw it back with such fury that it hit them in the face. Now, and I had to because they wanted to dictate my life. So I had to think about what I said to myself about myself. You guys have heard me say that many times, and I believe it every time I say it, and I live by that. I wasn't going to let someone else's opinion or thinking that I was some aftermath wife or I was diminished or dimmed in any way, shape, or form. The people that love me and have showed me that and spoken it from their mouths and tried hard and really tried to rebuild, others are not going to make me think anything otherwise because I have the receipts and I have the proof and I see their intention. People can tell you all day what their intentions are on you and still you won't see any effort in that regard. But those people that tell you, look, I'm here, I got an ear for you, it's going to be okay, we're going to get through this, I'm going to do my work, you do your work, I'm going to do my work. Those are the people that care and love you. So I surrounded myself with friends and family and relatives that loved me and loved my family, not just me, and that loved my marriage. And that felt so good. And that is why I sit before you today after much personal development. I'm still going through that as Coach Fatimah because I did my work. And I'm still doing my work, y'all. I'm not done and I won't ever be done. The expiration date on the work that I've done on me expires when I do. The same day I do is when that work is finished. Now, with that being said, let's be very mindful about what we say to people about themselves or who we think them to be. Ask proper questions. Don't shell out insults. Don't be nice, nasty. We grown. Let's act accordingly. Now, with that, if you guys are interested in our coaching or counseling from either one of us or the three of us or myself, please contact us or check us out at outstandingpersonalrelationships.com/store for details. Now, as I always say, I hope you guys got some gems from this video. I have fun doing these videos because I like bringing people together. All three of us do because we know what it's like when people try to pull you apart. Now, I'm going to leave you with a little GLC. Make sure you're growing intentionally, loving fearlessly, and connecting on a higher level every single day. Yay! I'm Coach Fatimah. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum. Peace.